So I am live right now, and it's probably because I'm waiting for a guest. Orientation is locked, rotation device back. Okay, so let's see. Switch camera angles, I think. Oh, yeah, I can. That's pretty cool. All right, good. Where's the camera? There you are. Good morning, YouTube. I am in the truck right now in heavy traffic. It is not, I'm literally at a standstill. So I figured that I could get on right now. It's been silent for the first 30 seconds. We'll see if anybody gets on and whatnot, but I know it's recording as well for my future YouTube to be saved on YouTube and for people to see. But yeah, a quick impromptu video recording, live stream. Hello, I've got three people in here, Thea and me. Hello, good morning, Thea and me. Thank you for joining me from Manila. If you're in the video and the live stream with me right now, please say hello. Just put your name on there. I'm going to try not to type. I will not be typing while I'm live, of course, because I am driving in the vehicle right now. And so it's myself and my pup, Maggie. Maggie, come here. Say hello. Captain Joe, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Justin, good morning. I am not using StreamYard or OBS or Zoom at this time. I thought I'd get on here and just rant a little bit, drone on about drones a little bit because I just left Bass Pro Shops where I got a chance to purchase a drone from a friend who just got out of the hobby. And yeah, it's unfortunate that he doesn't want to fly anymore. And he kept one of his drones for some real estate gigs that he plans to do here and there for friends and family, or as requirements. But yeah, he is back in the scuba diving game professionally, which is pretty awesome, hobby wise and work wise for him. But appreciate everybody stopping in. Um, I am on Route 64 East towards Virginia Beach towards work. And it's really cool to see all the people that are jumping on and supporting my channel right now. So thank you very much, first and foremost, for joining me. I'll mention you. In fact, for everybody that gets on, if you're not connected to each other yet, go ahead and connect to each other. Support each other's channels because that's what it's all about. That's why we're here for one as well, to grow each other's channels and maybe, might learn something a little bit about drones. But why did I get more drones? I say drones because I think there was three in the total package deal that he provided to me this morning. He provided me with FPV setup. So he's got goggles in the kit, a controller. I think it's the TBS Mambo, and I saw in the kit one Cinewhoop type of drone and a smaller Beta FPV that he was converting, and another freestyle drone. And yeah, once I get back to the office, I'll break it out and give it a shot, or at least see what it's all about. I think the batteries have all got to get charged, so we'll see. But Thea, yes, thank you very much for stopping in. Have a great evening, sweet dreams, and I'll see you guys later on as well. But yeah, so I got 2 or 3 more drones in the total package. It was a really good deal, and I got them primarily because I was itching to get another drone. So that will make, if there's 2 drones, that'll be in drone number 30 and 31. If there's 3, well, 32 drones. So I'll mark them as appropriate, of course, because I like to number my toys, right? Let's see here. Shout out to all. Miss 21K, thank you for joining me this morning. Cool Cat, thank you as well. Nightmare, awesome, good. Thank you for joining me too. Another fellow FPV pilot, drone pilot there. Let's see. While I'm stopped, I can scroll through the video feed, the chat feed here. But I appreciate you giving me that thumbs up on the stream as well. But yeah, so I think last week I posted a video about me teaching someone how to fly a drone, and that's one of my fellow coworkers. He wanted to try it out, and as a result of that experience, which occurred 2 weeks ago, he's full into getting drones. Like he wants to get 2 drones, actually 2 FPV style drones, and a freestyle and a long range drone. And so it's really cool that he wants to get into it for 2 reasons. Number one, I'm going to have someone to fly with, closer by that I know personally as well. And there's a whole bunch of other drone FPV pilots here locally. It's just that everybody's on their own schedules and such. In fact, I met another one on Droner Gaming's live stream the other night. Alex Escardo, yeah, if you're on here, good morning, who lives in Norfolk. And so I told him, yeah, if he wants to come and fly, let me know, because I do work at that iFly Virginia Beach Indoor Skydiving Center. And he said he wanted to try out. And yeah, you can reach out when you get a chance. But Matt Bagwell, good morning. In fact, if you guys want, go ahead and post a link to a video that you want to promote, your most recent video or your most popular video or your playlist or channel. Put it in the chat so everybody can click on it and like, subscribe, comment on your videos to support each other. But yeah, but so point is, as a result of me getting that, getting that video and that experience with Chandler, who wants to get into flying drones now, I'm like, wow, there's something there that I actually really enjoyed doing. I really enjoyed teaching him how to fly the drone using the DJI Aveda setup. And he wants to get into flying FPV with the stick controller now. And so I asked him yesterday, it was pretty funny. I was like, have you, so you're going to get into these drones, but have you ever flown a drone with sticks before? And he said, no, with the exception of my drone with the motion controller that he flew on and a camera, DJI camera drone. He said he wants to, he's never flown drones. And I asked him, what about simulators? And he's like, no, what's that effectively? So I referred him to, I think that's called, the one I started with is Liftoff on Steam. And he was played video games and he plays video games a lot, he said, but he'll be fine, learning and flying low and slow. And I said, look, when you're ready to, when you want to, let's figure out a time and I'll teach you how to fly, in manual mode and how to fly freestyle. And I'm curious to also know and see, do we really need a simulator to fly? To learn how to fly. I mean, we didn't learn how to drive a car in a simulator, right? We didn't learn how to swim watching videos. Maybe we did, right? Didn't learn how to walk using a simulator. Simulator is great. It saves you some money from crashing, gives you a basic idea because the controls can be very sensitive. But I'm curious to see if I can teach him how to fly freestyle without using a simulator. So I said, after the discussion with him, I said, don't get on a simulator. Now, you know how if you say don't do something, sometimes people go and do it. We'll see if he goes ahead and gets on a simulator. But I said, yeah, let's carve out a day this weekend, perhaps. And if it's sunny out and it's nice out, and the field that I fly at, the what do you call it? The corn was cut. So as a result of the corn being cut, we can probably fly there. So apologies if the orientation of this video is portrait mode. I'm thinking about, because I try to add a guest, and so what I might do, it gave me a link, which is why it's in this vertical horizontal. Maybe I can have somebody on the panel with me, but I got to moving over again. You can probably see the traffic behind me moving by. But yeah, I'm curious to see if I can teach him how to fly freestyle without the use of a simulator. And so that will be a video, and I'm gonna do it. Simulator is great, and I'll let him use my equipment because, again, there's a curiosity there to see if it's possible, and many different trains of thoughts, many cats, as they say, right, cool cat. So we'll see if we can skin this cat in another way. I mean, how many hours did I have in a drone? I mean, to be able to talk about, oh yeah, I've spent 20 hours on a simulator. Did you really spend 20 hours, or was it a little inflated, or was that actual fly time in the simulator? I mean, I didn't log how many hours I spent on the simulator. I say it like that also because there's no way I spent more than 3 hours on a simulator. It was referred to me to it. Well, and it's probably reflective of how I fly too, though, right? I crash the heck out of my drones, but you learn by crashing too, right? And I think because I got better and less scared, so to speak, of flying and crashing the heck out of my drone. Um, when I really, so I had 2 days left. 2 days left on my DJI Care Refresh plan for the DJI Aveda. And having used it already twice before with the DJI Aveda, and seeing how DJI responds when making a claim under the Care Refresh, they send you a new drone. So I thought, I'm gonna send it. In fact, I made that video where I tried to gap a tree, and it scared me as I got closer to the tree because I didn't see the twigs that were outlying as I was going through a gap. So I smacked some of those. I jerked it while I was right there and hit some. Instead of just the twigs, which probably would have gone through, I hit the branches, which caused the propeller to stop working on the right side propeller. You can actually see in the video the propeller holds steady, and crashed it, broke the front right antenna, and I sent it in for DJI Care Refresh, and they sent me a brand new drone, which was great because I mean, yeah, I've crashed that one a couple times also, and the DJI FPV is not as durable as the DJI Aveda. It's heavier. It's made of less sturdy plastic. The arms are not as good, but yeah, and apologies. I know it looks like the chat's going. I appreciate all the comments and the feedback. I hope you guys in the chat are enjoying that, and feel free to, to make your comments. I'm driving, so I'm not reading them right now. I might catch something if it's not a paragraph long, and I saw somebody put something on Cool Cat, So thank you very much for the feedback. But yeah, it just turns into one of those things. Yeah, apparently my GPS says it'll take me an hour to get to work. So yeah, I am. I just left Hampton. Bass Pro Shops was the meetup location. Paid my buddy for his gear and headed to work right now. So I've got a little bit of time to drone on. Right. But yeah, that's the goal, of getting this gear. And you know what? I'm sure he'll survive. You know, I've always encouraged people if they, like on Facebook groups, when you start out, if you're learning how to freestyle, go up high. Go up high so you've got room to recover. Give yourself the most space that you possibly can. Class G airspace, 400 feet above ground level, and see what it's like to flip over. In fact, another video that I'm in the process of making right now is a rates video specifically for the DJI Aveda. Because what do those numbers mean? you know. And I've cranked it up where on the DJI FPV, I put it to the max roll rate, I think it was what it was, and I spun it so fast when I righted myself, I got a sensor error on it. The drone didn't like it. The computer did not like how fast it was spinning and as many revolutions as I did. And I'm pretty sure I hit record. I'm pretty sure that I hit record on that one and captured how fast I was spinning. I probably need to do it again because it was back in the beginning of September when I did it, right before I crashed the drone in that corn. In fact, that was the same day. I was experimenting, and the goal was to capture video of the different rates. And so, what I need to do is I need to do a better job of maybe talking to a second camera, syncing them up, and then doing the movements, or writing it down, or maybe having a board that says, "Hey, this is what we're doing in this video," because I forget what the purpose of the video was that I'm recording. And it's like, oh, I gotta watch the whole thing to determine what I was doing. and we'll go from there and see if it works out. But yeah, I don't know if anybody else is having a live stream right now. So in the middle of the day, that whose toes I'm stepping on, so to speak, and pulling from their what do you call it, from their audience. Hopefully, I'm not my fellow drone pilots, my fellow old farts with drones. But we'll see here. I love it when it's bumpity bump bump and I can't read the chat even though I'm going slow. And so I'm also curious to know if you can put it in the chat. My question right now is, on my phone, if I were to turn sideways like this, it says orientation blocked, rotate device back. It doesn't like it like that. But I think it's so that I can add somebody onto the panel. In fact, I think I want to try to do that. going slow enough. I think I'm going slow enough where I could possibly do that. But there's no place for me to even type, which is good so that I can't, because I'm using YouTube Live Direct on this live stream. Let's see, chat, top chat. But I am inside of a tunnel now, the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Driving along. So, yeah, it doesn't actually, I don't think I can make a chat while I'm in this format here. Eyes on. Thank you, Cool Cat. Of course. But yeah, I'll watch this video again later on to see what the orientation looks like. But if I cut out, apologies, but I am driving now. Hide all chat is visible. You know, so yeah, inside the very bottom of this bridge tunnel. I used to hold my breath from one end to the other end of this tunnel just to see if I can do it. It's depending on the traffic, it's easy enough to do. It's like, why? Just to see, right? Personal challenge sometimes. But the longest that I've ever held my breath for was 4 minutes on an inhale. And most recently, the longest that I'll hold my breath for is 2 minutes on an exhale. And it's a breathing technique that I learned by listening to the Iceman. What is his name again? Wim Hof. W-I-M space H-O-F is his name. Wim Hof. And apparently he's got this huge following of people that don't just listen to him, but actually go to like courses and seminars on breathing. And it's a basic, you know, tenet of life, right? Basic function of life and health. And I've always used breathing as a method of supersaturating blood with oxygen prior to athletic activity. You know, to feed the muscles with the oxygen needed to perform. And I use breathing from a meditative perspective as well prior to all of my boxing matches. And I didn't learn that until I got to college when I was actually on the crew team. The breathing and the getting yourself in a meditative and preparative state to function and perform. And I took those lessons from the crew team. And I was just a coxswain on the crew team. I was the guy that steered the boat. And I've got to plug my phone in before it dies. So it turned into one of those things where, yeah, if it makes sense for me, I'm going to apply it to other aspects of my life. And I applied that to boxing. And I actually applied it to drone flying as well, because the first time that I put my goggles on with the DJI FPV and flew it outside while standing, I got lightheaded. I got seasick, if you will. I got a little bit dizzy because, you know, I got motion sick. You know, I thought I could add somebody onto this chat here, and I don't think I can. Save, highlight, share, mute, microphone, add guest. So how do I, if you want to jump on with me, let me know, and if I can figure out how to do that, I'll pull over and make it happen. Oh, excuse me, Lambo, good morning. All right, thanks for staying and hanging out. I see there's 4 people in the chat, in the live stream actually, are viewing right now. But yeah, what a gloomy day it is right now. It's cloudy outside. And it's supposed to be that way here in Virginia Beach tomorrow, and then sun up on Saturday and Sunday. So we'll see about that. It's Virginia Beach. The weather always changes. And the weather people are never right. The only accurate way to tell the weather that I have found is to use a weather rock. A weather rock is a rock that I hung underneath a tripod that I built in the backyard. I hang a giant rock under it with 550 cord from that tripod in the middle. And I'll go look at it every day and touch it. And if it's hot, then it's hot outside. If it's cold, then I know it's cold outside. If there's snow on it, then it's snowing outside. If rain is hitting it, then it's raining outside. If I can look at it sometimes and see that it's swaying back and forth, I know that it's windy outside. And if it's gone, then I know that a hurricane passed through. And so the use of the weather rock is the most accurate way to tell the weather. Now, it doesn't give me actual values for temperature, not yet. And maybe if I attach some electronics to it, maybe it can, but that's too complicated. I'm too lazy. You know, maybe I could set up a FPV camera to it, and they could send me telemetry data to tell me what the temperature is outside, right? So to be determined. We'll see. But that's the weather rock. If you don't know about that already, maybe I should do a video on that, right? You may have seen it in some of my videos because I fly by it every once in a while. Maybe not. All right. I'll make sure to video that the next time I fly my drone in the backyard. So, all right, got through the tunnel. Just only, let's see here. From here, I'm only about maybe 30 minutes away from work. But maybe I'll do a live stream at work one of these days. In fact, that'd be a neat thing to do for you guys to see where I work. You know, I'll fly my drone inside there because that's what this channel is all about, right? Not about Jason's lifestyle vlog, video log, vlogging. Because that's the way to do it these days, yeah? No? Let's see. All right. Got some no traffic. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Cool cat, hello. I can't see, so everything in blue I can actually see but good. I don't want to put my glasses on because that means my phone's in front of my face and I'm not paying attention to the road. But let's see, I reckon Jason would kick your ass, Brett. Those wiry Asian guys are tough. Kick your ass at what? Clearly, I'm missing the conversation. I'll have to readjust that later on. That's funny. At a hot dog eating contest? Yeah, man, we can eat some hot dogs. I'll tell you what, man. I think the last hot dog eating contest guy was an Asian, little wiry guy, you know. He kicked your ass. Oh man. Let's see. I got my gold belt in first grade. Captain, all right. Yeah, so I'm planning to drive up to Richmond tomorrow. So yes, I'll be back on again. Myself and Maggie, come here, say hello. Here. Maybe you saw her. But yes, I am with my service dog, Maggie. Hey, come here. Nope, Zieten. Nope, Zieten. Ja, brav, blijf. This is Maggie. She's a Belgian Malinois. She's been part of our family since 2015. Oops. Apologies, guys and ladies. My wife's like, you're driving. But yeah, she's been part of our family since 2015. I was prescribed a service dog in 2014 while I was still on active duty. And the psychiatrist, you know, he said, yeah, we think that you might benefit from the use of a service dog. And okay, and I haven't had a dog since 2007. So 2015, 8 years later, we got Maggie, primarily because, I mean, she's providing a service, you know, she's my service dog. And so she's been a great guard dog, a great protector. You know, she takes care of me. I've actually not had the need for her services in a while, and maybe that's because I have her. You know, because she keeps me calm, she keeps me grounded. But yeah, so Maggie and I will be driving up to Richmond. I can tell you a little bit more about her again another time if you guys are interested. But driving up to Richmond, to the University of Richmond specifically, to watch my son play rugby. So I know that B-Rad is up in that area, River City, as well as think it was Durant Fly. Someone else mentioned that they're in that Richmond area. And so, an old truck. And so, I don't know that I'll get a chance to fly with them. It depends on time of day and the weather, of course, because I am there to see some rugby. Tap to read aloud, play aloud.
Jason.
Hey, George, if you're on. George, you flying this afternoon? I've got Youth League this afternoon with SeaTac Soars. No, yeah, not Youth League. I've got SeaTac Soars this afternoon. I think I am in the wind at 5. So I am driving right now. And yeah, when I plug my phone into the car, it gives me this new thing where, let's see. I wonder, George, if you are on.
What's the message?
I was just asking if you were going to fly with me today.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
I guess I can't live stream at the same time as text, voice texting. So George, I thought I saw that you're on there. Yes, I will fly with you today. Do me a favor and just, I guess if you could give the tunnel a call and let them know that you just request me so that I can make sure that well, I will be there. I'm driving into work right now. I'll be there in 21 minutes according to the GPS. And so yes, I plugged in my GPS to get me to work this morning because I just left Bass Pro Shops where I got another drone kit. Oh man, for once I was going to fly in the morning. 5 might be able to work. Yes, I'll be there in 30 minutes from now if you want to leave work early or whatever. But yeah, so Skydiving Squid put out some really good video on his progression with indoor skydiving, where I am a flight instructor at as well. Oh, there's an accident's almost about to happen. Idiots. Changing lanes at the same time while the guy's trying to pass on the right. Dumb. Pass on the left, knuckleheads. People need to learn how to drive in New Jersey. Because New Jersey's got the best drivers. Did I just open a can of worms? That's where I learned how to grow up. Yes, or how to drive. That's where I learned how to grow up. I grew up there and learned how to drive in Jersey. The highways of New Jersey. But yeah, George, I'll be there in about 20 minutes if you want to get in, fly as much as you can. I am not on instructor duty tonight. I'm just doing the SeaTac Soars, and then I think starting next week, I'll be doing Thursday afternoon shifts from I think Ray put me on 2 to 9 or something like that, 1 to 9. Basically, I'll be doing evening shifts, and I can fly afternoon, evening, starting next week. But I'm just going in to do my normal job, and then once I'm done with SeaTac Soars, if you want to stick around, I'll fly it as well. So yes, let's see here. Oliva, good morning. David, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. George, appreciate you being here too. Let's see, I got for those of you guys that just joined me, thank you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I've got only 19 minutes of, I guess, live streaming left to do because then I'll go inside. Unless you want to actually take a walk inside with me, give you a tour of the tunnel, or maybe we'll hold that for another day. But okay, where was I? Yeah, driving up to the University of Richmond to watch and possibly record the rugby match with Madrone. Looking at doing my, if you will, recon of the area. The Little West Neck Creek happens to be on the east side of the intramural fields. So I will not be flying over anybody. So I will not be worried about operations over people. The DJI Mavic 3 Pro has a really good zoom lens, so I'll just hold station there, zoom in on the game, and yeah, it's an intramural field. It's not a stadium. University of Richmond University of Richmond does have a specific drone rules, and so I've reached out to the risk department to let them know that I'm interested. And of course, they only want people that are Part 107, have insurance, on with their drones and are not flying recreationally. And so this would be considered a non-recreational flight, educational purposes, of course. And maybe I'll reach out to University of Richmond as well to see if they might be interested in drone footage, their PR department. And who knows, maybe I can get some work out of it at the same time. Never know, right? So I'll ask that question later on, since it's more. And if they're like, yeah, and if the weather's bad, then I'm obviously not gonna fly because it says cloudy there today, and I think tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny. But again, the tropical storms on the on the rise because 'tis the season. Might not get a chance to fly in Richmond this weekend. And of course, if the university says, yeah, we don't want people to fly drones that are not associated with the university on campus, then that's fine too. I'll respect that because yeah, it's the right thing to do, right? If you don't control the airspace, nah, I'm not like that. So let's see, things have slowed down. Let me take a look at the chat here. What's the best time to get coaching? I can call for coaching at 5, or I can just get an hour. George, great question. I've got to look at the manifest, and it's too hard to do looking at the manifest while I'm driving. So if you don't mind, I can answer that question when I get to the tunnel in about 15 minutes from now. Cool. Let's see. Stephen Wire. Saw you were live and decided to say hi. Hey, Stephen. Hey, good after. Is it afternoon yet? Good morning still. Almost afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I just talk a little bit about drones, Stephen. Um, and so I hope you guys are coming down to pretty sometime soon again to hang out and fly over at iFly. But Savvy, good morning. Thank you for joining me as well. I think it's 10:30 in the morning that where you're at, yeah. And so, yep, I am just driving into work right now. I left Bass Pro Shops, which was the meetup location to pick up a drone setup that I purchased from a friend of mine who has decided to get out of the FPV drone world because he just won't have time for it. And as opposed to his gear sitting around, he decided to sell it off, which, you know what, that happens, right? He might even be listening on this live stream right now since since I left him. So, Gord, thanks again, brother. I really appreciate you selling me your gear. It'll be put to great use because I'm primarily going to be utilizing it, I think, for teaching people how to fly drones and FPV. And so that was the primary idea of this live stream right now. Just talking about what my plans are with this drone setup because there are 3 drones in there, and I really enjoyed teaching Chandler how to fly a drone. You guys saw that video of him last week. And instead of getting the DJI Aveda, which is the drone that I do recommend for all beginners, for all new people that want to fly a drone and that are going to be casual drone flyers, like once every weekend, every other weekend or something like that, because for several reasons. It's easy to fly. The motion controller is very intuitive. You fly left, you fly right, up, down, squeeze the trigger, let go of the trigger, it stops. With the motion controller 1, with the motion controller 2, I just opened it up on Saturday. I haven't had a chance to fly that one yet. But all right, George, you're on. You're next. We'll put you on and we're gonna make a video. We'll do a collaboration video because George is a skydiving squid is a content creator as well. His primary his niche is indoor skydiving, but we can tie that. Maybe I'll film you in the tunnel flying with my drone. What do you think about that? In fact, I shot video with my drone of my son flying and of my son and I flying. And so I just need to edit that to put out hey, drone flying video of indoor skydiving, of indoor body flying. So, but all right, yeah, you're next, man. And so I do recommend the DJI Aveda, and maybe I mean I would recommend the FPV, but it's not as durable as the DJI Aveda. I mean that was my very first FPV drone that I really took out, that I flew outside. The first FPV drones technically were the Tiny Hawk, Emax Tiny Hawk, and the Beta FPV Cetus and Cetus Pro. And the third drone in my kit was FPV, and I just did not like flying analog. I can't see, couldn't see. It's like watching, VHS movies on a VCR on an old CRT, on an old TV, floor TV, and I did not like. Hey, Jonathan, how are you? Thank you for joining me as well. So yeah, I didn't like. And also, if you guys get a chance, go ahead and post a link to a video that you want to promote, to your most recent video or your playlist or your channel, so that everybody else can subscribe to it and support your channel as well. I know that my my subscribers are very supportive of each other, and when you subscribe, I do know that I think in my experience with YouTube, right? Because I've been doing it for so long. Um, don't just subscribe, like a few videos, and comment on a few videos, because what YouTube is doing is I believe that they filter out and they remove subscribers that are just subscribing with no actual interaction on your channel. So if they see that you're interacting with the channel and watching videos on a regular basis, whenever you see somebody as an idea, whenever you see a fellow subscriber or someone that you support online, watch one of their videos, like it, make a comment on it to show activity, because if it's stagnant, YouTube will remove that subscriber from your subscriber count. And of course, the whole idea is to grow your channel through your niche and through your content, as opposed to you know having these phantom subscribers that are just subscribing. Yeah, you're getting a subscriber count, but there's no real interaction. YouTube will see that, and yeah, and will remove subscribers. So when you subscribe to somebody, especially if you like their content, like, comment, subscribe, share it, so that they can grow their channel, and so they can support, so that they can make more great content for your consumption. So let's see. Correct instruction or engagement is important. Yes, thank you very much, Savvy. Savvy's been doing this for a while, and she's a very good YouTuber, a very good live streamer, and a very good singer. So take a look at her live stream when she comes on. She's got a very good live stream. Typically comes on, I think, at 10 p.m. in the evenings, and does some awesome singing and performing. So thank you very much for that. It's very nice to listen to while I'm editing video at night. Let's see here, and of course, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on this video. So thank you for that. Thank you for joining me today. And so let's see here. Yes, thank you very much, Jonathan. Good. Well, I'll be clicking on that one later on as well. Obviously, as you can tell, I am driving, so not doing that now. And I think if I do that, it might kick me out of this live, out of the live stream, and end it. But yeah, I'm only about maybe 10 minutes away from work right now. In fact, George, since you're coming to the tunnel today, and maybe later on, he gave me Corey just gave me a whole bunch of boxes of all of his gear that he's not using, that was just going to sit on the shelf and depreciate in value, if you will. I mean, these things depreciate in value right off the bat, because you never know what has happened to someone's drone. So, but yeah, like I was saying, with respect to beginner drones, DJI FPV, DJI Aveda, the FPV is what I cut my teeth on, literally. Well, not actually, I didn't cut my teeth, but how I got started in flying FPV drones. That and the outside, that is. I should have learned how to fly tried out flying the little ones, the tiny whoops outside also, but it was just too windy every time I went outside. In fact, I think, I did not put my very first FPV video online yet, which was DJI FPV. because I couldn't record on the Beta flight. No, on the Beta FPV goggles. There's no way to record on those. But all right, another video idea. That's what I'll be doing later on. I'll edit video. I'll edit that video. And George, since you're coming to the tunnel, I have boxes. Lost me. Oh, I've got boxes of the drone gear. So I just left Bass Pro Shops, where I bought some drone gear from a fellow flyer, and he just gave it to me in several boxes. So that's what I'm talking about, George. And I was like, oh, I'll bring them all inside, but it'll be a pain in the butt to bring outside and inside, and I'm not going to be messing with it while I'm at work, obviously, because got stuff to do. Payroll. But Oceanfront Festival, expect delays. All right. I'm not sure what festival is occurring at the oceanfront this weekend, but it's almost like every other weekend there's something going on at the Virginia Beach oceanfront, which is pretty cool. In fact, if you guys didn't get a chance to look at the videos that I made on the mural festival that we had, take a look at those. I have still yet to complete the series because I shot video on day one, and what's neat about that particular day was I only went out there to support one artist, because that one artist happens to be one of my teammates at iFly Virginia Beach, Kendall Snyder. In fact, you can look at her Instagram, which I believe is Kendi Art at symbol KENDII Art ART. Does a lot of great work. She gets commissioned to do all kinds of cool stuff. A lot of dog portraits. I say portraiture because it's like a caricature of your dog, right? But they're really good. In fact, some of her work is featured at Wasserhund, the brewery and pizza joint on Laskin Road over here. And so she made the labels for some of their beer cans. I don't think they have can bottles, but yeah, it's a local brewery, Wasserhund, wet dog, in German, right, Maggie? Maggie says, "I don't speak German, Dad. I speak Dutch." That's her voice. You don't sound like that, Dad. Come here, Maggie. You can say hello again. I said I don't sound like that, Dad. Get that camera off of me, Dad. Hello, YouTube. All right, Mag. Quit being a camera hog. Not, Dad. I'm being camera dog. Hello, YouTube. My name's Maggie. I'm not a YouTuber. All right, let's see here. So, yeah, I do recommend those drones as for beginners because of the motion controller for one, the brake button, and I mean, it's very easy to get into it. And once you've tried it, once you've experienced the dream of flight, if you will, that's a Da Vinci quote, right? For once you have experienced the dream of flight, forever you will look skyward. I believe was what he said. Forever you will turn your eyes skyward, or something like that. In fact, someone in the chat, Google it up for me and post it on chat for everyone to correct me, because I know I'm wrong. I know it's close. It's funny because we've actually got that in our conference room. But it's true, The very first time I went skydiving, it was in 1997. Yeah, with my second class loan from the academy. I used it to get skydiving lessons, which turned into an investment in itself as well. Because as a result of that, I got a chance to go to freefall school as one of my first schools when I showed up in my first command in the Navy. And yeah, I have been skydiving. Oh, let's say this. I jumped from 97 until 2003, and then I got injured, and so I stopped skydiving. And then I think I started jumping again in 2009 when I got back into the Navy. I was recalled back onto active duty and started jumping again. So a 6-year break, and then I actually got big into skydiving and jumping and loving it. I was actually going to go into the created start a skydiving career, coaching and instructing people in how to skydive. And so I got my USPA coaches rating, and I was on my way to get my instructor rating. And then an opportunity presented itself to work at Indoor Skydiving Virginia, or I Fly Virginia Beach Indoor Skydiving in 2014. And yeah, I opened that door and walked through it and have been sitting in that office since 2014 when they built it. Yeah, when I was hired to be the general manager of I Fly Virginia Beach, it was still a hole in the ground. They just broke ground in February of 2014, and I was brought on board in March. And it was neat because I don't want to say that I oversaw the construction, but I got a chance to see it getting built. And I did get a chance to participate in, yeah, because I didn't oversee it. I'm not the foreman, right? That's Brandon's job. Great friend of I Fly Virginia Beaches. And so, yeah, I got a chance to participate in it, installing some of the systems. And when it was time for commissioning and spinning the fans and turning it on for the first time, I got a chance to, I think I was maybe the fourth person to get into the wind tunnel, because the first person was, of course, the owners, Bob Pizzini, Tori Breeden, the owners of I Fly Virginia Beach. And then, of course, Ray Kubiak. Prior to those guys, though, I think the engineer. No, no, no. That was the maiden when we turned it on for the first time, and then I got in. So yeah, I was effectively the fourth person to fly in that wind tunnel ever. And of course, the engineers at. Oh, and then the fifth person to fly at the wind tunnel was Dexter, my IT guy, who's got this great picture of him skydiving, head down, extending his hand out in this daffy position, which is really cool. Has made magazines and paintings and all that. But I just pulled into the parking garage at on 25th Street, and someone's parked in my spot, so I'm gonna park elsewhere. Someone parked in my other spot, so I guess I'll be parking here. I say my spot because not that it's my spot, but that's where I always sit, right? It's like in school. That's my seat. I don't see your name on it. That's where I always sit. So, this is where I always park, in this spot here. But yeah, we'll save the tour of I Fly Virginia Beach for another day because my hands are going to be full when I take Maggie outside. Um, I'll figure something else different with respect to this live stream and live streaming and waiting for a guest aspect of things. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You know, say goodbye. Oh, you can't really see her. And we'll go from there. All right, YouTube, thank you very much. Have a great day. All right. And end stream. Your stream will stop immediately, and you and your guest will no longer be live.